welcome to the Week 6 Pickems. I'm sorry there was not a Pickems video last week. I was just really busy, didn't get a chance to. I am here today with Tom, if you want to say hi.
Hello, hello.
So, a couple things, like just as like a little intro part. There are going to be no more transactions for the season. I put it in both of the transaction channels, but Week 6, the start of Week 6 was the cutoff. So all these teams are now finalized for the most part. You can still trade like amongst coaches, but that just really doesn't happen. So yeah, pretty much finalized. Next week will be the last week of the season, and then we get into playoffs. Top 6 from each division will go. First and second get a bye week, so they get a skip straight to the semifinals. So a little incentive to keep your differential up. Even though I'm pretty sure in both leagues, number 1 is like undisputed. Froze and Toad, they're destroying it respectively this season. But yeah, let's get into this. Our first matchup is Ardas versus Cprime, which Cprime
very good.
Yeah, he just in terms of records, Cprime is currently 4-1. Ardas is 2-3. So this is an important battle for Ardas because Ardas is in 5th. So they still have a slot for playoffs, but it's not set in stone. So, but
Volcanion looks really good this fight.
Yeah, Volcanion. It threatens almost everything.
Pretty much, like his only really answer to that is Rotom.
And even then, like Flamethrower hits that, so like a choice scarf.
Yeah. And you got Assault Vest on Volcanion. Tornado
Como is actually one of the best answers.
Yeah.
I mean, Slow King is pretty spadef bulky too. I mean, Earth Power will hit it, so.
Yeah.
I don't think it would get 3 hit. I think it would be like a 3-hit KO. It wouldn't get 2-hit KO. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just guessing.
Does it get Ice Beam? Does it have any ice coverage?
Volcanion?
Yeah, I've never used it. So
no, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it does not. It gets fire, water, poison, ground.
Yep.
So, I mean, and that pretty much hits the entirety of Joe's team besides the Como.
Yep.
So, Kartana also doesn't look too bad, and especially since Kartana is a kill leader this season, it's wanting to get higher. That Tapu Fini passed it, so.
Yeah, he likes to run Scarf in his Kartana, which
I'm pretty sure it's been scarfed every single week, but like, it works. It's got such, especially against this team. I mean, he necessarily doesn't have to, but
could run Snap Zipper on Azu.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying with like in terms of like speed tiers, like the scarf set looks good because then it literally outspeeds everything unless it's Scarf Torn, which
the Scarf Kartana caught me off guard in my fight with him.
What week did you fight him?
I want to say 3.
Week 2.
Week 2 is my only loss.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Oh no, I was about to say Cprime's undefeated, but I took him down this past week. I ended that. In terms of Joe's team, let's see what looks threatening. The Azu doesn't look like terrible, but Volcanion shuts it down pretty well. Yeah.
Chandelure looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's like I like Chandelure as a Pokemon. It's one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 5, but it's just I wish it was a little faster.
Yeah. It has one stuff on it.
Yeah, like it pretty much has to, and there's just so much on Cprime's team. Like, there's 3 Pokemon on Cprime's team don't naturally outspeed Chandelure. From Stantler up, all outspeeds it, which is crazy.
Do you reckon the Stantler comes? I reckon it's got to make an appearance.
He has not brought Bumblez, Kricketune, or Stantler at all. And I don't think he will. Just because I know him so well, I doubt it.
Well, I think it's quite rude, to be honest.
What do you mean?
Well, you can't bench him the whole season.
I mean, the last draft league I did with him, he drafted, his last 2 picks were a Bennett and wow, I just had it. I just blanked. Oh, a Lolan Doug Trio. He had both of them the entire season, and the Doug Trio never came, and the Bennett came in the finals and did nothing.
I want to see Cricketune, and I want to see Steam.
I think Cricketune is the most likely to come. Just not saying this week, just overall because of the sticky webs.
The webs.
Yeah.
Definitely doesn't need webs this week though.
No, the team is really fast. It'll be interesting to see if he can break the. Was it just double regenerator? No, triple regenerator. Yeah.
Triple, yeah.
The Ting Lu also doesn't look horrible.
Yeah, the Ting Lu does look pretty good actually.
Maybe Joe can wear him down with like a hazard staff because Cprime, again, this is just me knowing him and he might not like me saying this, but he sucks with hazard removal. He does not prioritize it at all.
Yep.
That's how I planned to beat him in my battle, but then Zoroark just showed up. So.
Well, he's really only got Volcanion this week. Like, Zapdos normally always runs boots. Cricketune never comes.
And he's not going to run Defog on Kartana.
No.
Yeah, you just really got to be careful of that Kartana just because of the speed. And he's going to, like I said, he's probably going to run it Scarfed.
I don't think you do this week.
I mean, Banded could get away with it too.
I don't even think it even comes.
You don't think so?
Nah. What's he going to do?
I just think like it's a late game cleanup.
Yeah.
Because even with moves being resisted, once it starts getting beast boosts, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Amoonguss doesn't look like horrible. It might make Cprime have to run like just something with safety goggles. At least in gets rid of an item on something.
I don't think Gardevoir comes. Maybe for the Como, but it's Terra Steel, isn't it?
The Como, yeah. Which I don't know if he's gonna run Terra Steel because then that just makes him weak to the Volcanion.
Yep, and Nido and Drapion.
Yeah, I think this one is gonna be a one for Cprime. I think that Ardas is really gonna have a hard time dealing with just Cprime. Just offensively, just overwhelms his team.
Yeah, Ardas doesn't have good matchup.
Right. So, I will say I've brought Scizor every single week. Well, here, let me go back real quick because I want to cover the stats for everyone. I'm currently 3-2. Fire Muffin is new to the league, took over the team, so they're currently 0-5. Maybe they can turn that around.
I think he does have a better matchup this week.
I think this is the best one thus far.
Yeah.
And also, like, they get more time to prep because this is their first proper week.
Yeah. Yeah, he poor thing did 3 battles last week.
Yeah. In terms of, like, differential, the team is, like, really bad differential-wise, but in terms of record, like, there is still a chance that this can hit playoffs if, like, the other two. Well, because it's 0-5, but, like, the other twos are 1-4, so if they start losing and he starts winning, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I've brought Scizor to every single match this season, and I think I don't know about this week.
Yeah, there's too much that.
Like, like the Walking Wake, the Torkoal, the Cerulege, Corviknight is a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you're bluffing by it.
I also see a pretty like decent dark weakness on the team. Like, yeah, there's some resists like Lilligant and low kicks, and those two they're not really resists though. They're so frail. The best dark resistance like the Togekiss.
Well, he's only got 2 though. Oh, the Court Cursor as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, Meowscarada knockoff just hits hard.
Yeah.
I am worried a little bit just about the Electro, just because of how fast it is and slow.
I love the Electro pick.
I just drafted it in my other league, the PDL. I'm gonna have a team breakdown for that later.
I was shocked he didn't bring it for my battle with him because it outspeeds my whole team and it just looks great.
Yeah.
I was worried about it and he didn't bring it, so I was cheering.
I do have the Rotom that like it doesn't like, but
Yep.
like when it has such a good matchup against Slowbro, which
I guess, and Clodsire sort of walls it.
I mean, grass moves will still do a pretty alright chunk of damage, I could imagine.
Yeah.
Zoroark is really, really good this week.
Yes.
I'm so excited to bring him.
Yeah, because his only really special ball is Slowbro.
Yeah, and it's weak to
Yeah.
Shadow Ball.
I reckon your Vanillix looks really good too.
Yeah, I mean, control the weather. You know, freeze dry's quad effective on the Walking Wake. A weather war though might be interesting this week.
Oh yeah,
his weather matters a lot more than mine. I mean, mine doesn't really benefit anything outside of Vanillux.
So if you put a Veil up and the snow goes, does the Veil stay or does that leave?
It stays, yeah. I just can't put it up if there's no snow.
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't really matter all too much if you've already got the Veil up.
Exactly. And I mean, Lilligant might get Brick Break, but like that's a big damage decrease compared to something like Close Combat.
Yeah. Would Loki get Brick Break?
I don't think it does. Don't believe so. Iron Valiant looks kind of crazy too.
Yeah.
The best thing I love about like it's a blessing and a curse. Like my opponents never knowing what set I'm gonna run is amazing, right? But
that was my problem trying to prep for it.
There's only been 1 week where I have been like super confident in my set on Valiant. Every other week I'm like, I don't know about this, man. It was the week I brought the Encore Swords Dance Close Combat knockoff set. I think I fought Ardas with that set. That week I knew that set was going to put in work. But yeah, every other week it's so hit or miss.
It's pretty obvious what you do this week, but I think you almost have to go special.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot more physical walls. The thing is though, is I also need like just because of Corsola, I need knockoff on things.
Yeah, true.
Because otherwise, like that thing can be it can just sit there. The nice thing too is like besides the Electro, which outspeeds my entire team, my top 3 outspeed the rest. I also have noticed. I'm pretty sure in both battles as well, the Walking Wake is speed boosted.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to prep for that.
Yeah, if Sun's up, then the Wake, the Lilligant, and the Sandy Shocks will outspeed your whole team.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Chlorophyll. I was just thinking about Hustle on the Lilligant.
Yep. I think he's ran Chlorophyll every week.
I mean, it makes more sense than Hustle. I'd hate to lose to some bullshit like that.
Yeah, you're almost forced to run Wide Lens if you run Hustle.
Yeah, this is gonna be. I think Low Kicks also just doesn't look horrible.
No, yeah. I do think Fire Match has the better Fire Muffin. Has the better matchup here.
In terms of Mons, I would say so. It's just gonna depend on how.
Mons.
It's gonna definitely depend on how things get played. So, I don't know. I'm still gonna give it to myself because I'm me. So.
Yep. Fair enough.
Without the Chien-Pao on your team, that Zygarde is terrifying.
Yes, and Tapu Fini just completely walls Chien-Pao.
Yeah.
Which is like my biggest worry because I need Chien-Pao.
So.
And my Terra is fire, which does nothing against Tapu.
Yeah. So currently, Toad is 5-0, and Tom is 4-1. So first and third, respectively. But you just don't want Toad to be going undefeated anymore.
No, I can't allow it.
Because if you don't do it, it's just up to Cprime. And then, you know, that's it. We're into playoffs.
He's already played the Cprime, hasn't he?
What?
He's already... Oh, no, he hasn't.
No.
Yeah, they're the last.
Yeah, they're
yep,
the...
okay.
Yep. Because I played him week 1 and got, I think, 3-0'd.
Yeah.
So...
I'm up for the job, to be honest. I'm up for it.
I sure hope so. It's just... his team is so just well-rounded.
Yeah.
I think Zygarde in draft is just one of those mons that is too much for, like, just to prep for.
Yeah, I didn't even look at it, and I wish I did.
I always overlook it until I'm facing it, and then I'm like, wow,
Yep.
I can't beat this. It's actually not even in the top of the kill leaders though for this season. It's not top 16 at all.
As long as Chimpout is around, I should be okay. Because like, if he sets up Dragon Dances, I've got Ice Shard.
Yeah, which will do a ton, if not.
Surely KO. Is Zygarde's defense good? Would be, wouldn't it?
Zygarde's pretty bulky, but I mean, an Ice Shard from Chien-Pao is still...
I haven't done any calcs or anything like that yet, but I just assumed it would do the job.
I'm taking a look because I am curious. So I'm gonna do Choice Band. So Choice Band Ice Shard. Oh wait, that's no gold though. So a max defense Zygarde would take about 80 to 97% from an Ice Shard.
What about Terra Ice?
Yeah, I mean if your Choice Band 108, then so.
Yeah, it might be a problem.
Like, because Beedrill kind of gets stopped pretty hard by Ferrothorn. I mean, it might get, like, break or something, but even then, like, the damage is going to build up.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
You're going to probably be going back and forth for terrain control with
pretty sure
Lele.
B just dives to a Gyro Ball anyway.
Landorus doesn't look too bad. You just got to be careful.
Landorus looks good.
The problem is that since I think Gen 8, when they updated Scrappy to no longer be affected by Intimidate, so you can't even intimidate the...
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Scrappy can't be intimidated.
Why?
They got updated in Gen 8.
Doesn't make any sense.
They were trying to nerf Intimidate.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's one downside.
Because the low pony was already roamy because I've got no switch-ins because Skelly will get hit.
Yeah. And then also just something I thought about, watch out for Queenly Majesty on this arena. I mean, I don't think this arena doesn't have a really good matchup, but it would stop...
What does that do?
Stops priority.
No, that's Psychic Terrain.
Psychic Terrain also does that, but Queenly Majesty is Serena's ability.
Oh, Serena. Sorry, I thought we were talking about Tapu Fini.
No.
Okay. So is that only against Serena though?
Yeah, but like,
oh,
yeah, I mean,
what's that? Yeah, that's alright.
Just making you aware of it.
I wasn't aware of that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Toad has the better matchup here.
Yeah, I agree.
Paper.
But we all have a good underdog story. And I'm gonna be bringing some hate.
I hope so, because Goodra, man, everything, like, there's some matchups that look really good. Like, Goodra looks good against, like, it stops the Raikou, stops the Nihilego, pretty good against Tapu Fini, but then, like, Lopunny destroys it, Zygarde destroys it, like, there's just no in between, you know, like, the Beedrill looks really good against Tapu Fini, you know, hits the Roaring Moon, Serena can hit the Nihilego.
But, like, if Moon's speed booster, like, what the fuck?
True.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What speed you're gonna do?
True. Yeah, I think he also just has a lot more options of, like, what he's gonna bring. I think your team's, like, more limited to what has to come.
Yeah. I'm predicting an Altaria sweep.
Dragon Dance Altaria?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's my game plan. The Zygarde is super scary just because, like, with 1,000 arrows being able to hit Rotom.
Yep, Rotom's not a switch in. Altaria's not a switch in. It's it hits a lot because I mean it hits Goodra super effectively. It's
Jirachi.
Yep, Skeletor, Rotom.
And I only found out yesterday when I was doing a little bit of research that it hits Air Balloon too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I was trying to like think of ways around it, and I thought, oh, Air Balloon, but then nope.
Yeah, like in the back of my mind, I kind of assumed Air Balloon would get hit by it, but I didn't like know it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so this is this might be more of an important battle than yours and Toad's because these two are fighting for 6th place currently. They're both 1 and 4. Recordman is -9, as to where Cuddles is -13. So Cuddles is currently in 7th place right now. So this is an important matchup for both of them. They both have to try if they want to hit playoffs. Now, looking at the matchups, I'm gonna just say Recordman's matchup looks a lot better.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Cuddles.
You know, because the Chiyu goes to town on most of the moths, which he does have the Palafin, but then you know Rillaboom's right there, and Empoleon.
Yep. Gets superpower from Empoleon.
Close combat.
Close combat.
Yep, even better. But I mean, it gets like Ice Punch for the Rillaboom and stuff, but like Rillaboom has Grassy Glide, so
yeah,
that'll body it.
But then Rillaboom's just got a terrible matchup against everything else.
Everything else, yeah. All the moths shut it down, but
yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to come. The Zygarde doesn't look horrible. Just gotta watch.
Freezing could be good for the Palafin. If you run defensive with Will-O-Wisp, you could shut it down pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, and the Garchomp.
Yep. And the Slitherwing too.
Yeah, that Slitherwing put in work this last week.
Mm.
Got like 3 kills. Has he brought... I'm going to look. Besides Masquerain, I don't think he's brought in anything else. In terms of
I don't think so. I think it's, been Iron Moth every week, Slitherwing every week, Volcarona.
So, he has brought Regieleki, Garchomp, and then the 3 Volcarona forms every week. And then he brought Masquerain 4 weeks, and then 1 week he brought the Palafin.
Crazy. Only 1 week with the Palafin.
I know, I saw that as only 1 game is so wild.
Yeah.
This is always like a rough one to talk about because it's like Cuddles' team is very like, I don't want to say one-dimensional, you know, but it's a bunch of moths. They do pretty much the same thing each week. Yeah. There's not too much variety in the sets you run on them. The Regieleki doesn't look bad, especially if it gets terrain from Coco.
True.
Which he probably won't run Coco because that also boosts the Iron Moth.
It's Terra Fairy too, which is nice for the Zygarde.
Yeah.
I just don't know, can it take a Choice Band Extreme Speed?
Maybe. I know Zygarde Doggo form isn't the strongest thing. Gallade looks pretty good too. Outspeeding most of the team.
Yeah.
I think if Cuddles really wants to like get work like do well, he has to get the webs up with Masquerain and keep them up.
What has he got? Just Empoleon? Is that the only one that can clear hazards?
Doesn't Coco get defog? Or am I like totally crazy? Or is it just Finny? I know Finny gets it.
Yeah. I don't think Coco does.
Let's find out. Defog. It does.
It does, okay.
And I think only Galarian Weezing gets it.
Yeah, I know for sure. Weezing
Nope.
doesn't.
No, normal Weezing does.
It does?
Yeah, according to Showdown.
Did not know that.
No, wait, it can't. What the hell? Why is Showdown lying to me? So wait, now I gotta go back and check Tapu Koko. It literally... Okay, so it... Oh no, Tapu Koko does. But it told me Weezing did. It doesn't.
We couldn't see two cannon this week.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't look horrible. It's just Regieleki.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't brought the Swirlix or the Toucanon, which I don't see webs coming, because Regieleki rapid spin very easily.
Who gets webs?
Swirlix.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you got it.
I was wondering why you picked that thing.
Yep. Alright, so on to the Victini. We have Gamer versus Froze. Let me pull up the stats real quick here. So Froze is destroying the Victini League. He is 5-0, plus 24. Just crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a differential that high. And
Really?
aGamerPerson is in third. Yet they have not had their Week 5 battle yet. I think it's delayed, I believe, until tomorrow.
Barn?
What?
Is that it's his week 5 with Barn?
I believe so, yeah. So he's currently 2-2 going into this week. Looking at it though, Froze's speed tiers are like hugely different from Gamer's, and it's gonna affect this match a lot. Both of his iron forms, the Iron Moth and the Iron Treads, look amazing.
Iron Moth looks really good.
Especially just with the electric terrain support that Coco gives. I mean, the Finny is there to kind of check that, but Finny loses to Coco and is going to take a lot from the Sludge Wave from the Moth. So
yeah, the Clodsire looks really good.
Clodsire is going to be one of the better ways to check the Iron Moth, but even then it gets Psychic. So that'll do a decent chunk as well. I mean, Froze at this point, I'm gonna just say Froze is very unpredictable with their sets. They swept with Mega Banette last week. So
I want to see it again. I loved that. That was great.
Mega Banette's actually 4th overall in the Victini League.
Really?
Yeah. It got all 5 that game, and now it's up there. Kind of crazy.
Is Urshifu's top, isn't it?
No, Staarii's Baxcalibur is at 12, yeah. Yeah, the Urshifu, though, it's at 7, and it looks great this week, too.
Which Urshifu is that? That's the dark one, hey?
No, this is the water one.
The water one.
Yeah.
Which one's better? The dark one at Wicked Blood's always a crit, right? And then the water one's surging strikes.
Yeah. I think they're equal at this point now, because last gen, Gen 8 when they were introduced, Wicked Blow technically was 5 points stronger than whatchamacallit? Surging Strikes, but they nerfed Wicked Blow. They both got access to Sword Stance, and I think the water form got Ice Spinner when the dark one didn't, and so now they're pretty equal, and at least in OU they both got banned, so and then they both got Trailblaze to boost their speed, which we've seen Froze also take advantage of.
Yeah, with Banana.
Well, no, he did it with Urshifu though as well this season.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a 6-0 one week with Urshifu.
That was like week 1 or 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really early on. The one mon that looks really good on aGamerPerson side is the Darmanitan. I mean, it's slow, but like Choice Scarf it, and it does. Offensively, it looks really good.
I really wanted to pick it, but I didn't, and I want to see it do some work.
My problem with it is, like, it is almost the definition. Like, you can run Zen mode, yes, but it's almost like always you're gonna run Choice Band or Choice Scarf every single week. It's so one-dimensional. That's my only problem with it. I like the mon. I think it's stupid strong, but you know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't always have ways to counter it, but Slowking is probably all right. It probably takes a decent chunk, but like, it resists fire, it resists ice. Just gotta watch out maybe for like U-turn. So I give this one to Froze this week. All right, we got Trey versus Cavalry. Cavalry is currently 2-3 in 5th place, and Trey is 1-4 in 7th place. But it was today. Trey had his week 5 battle and did an amazing job. It was very, very close between him and TNB. So, definitely getting better, and the matchup doesn't look like too bad.
It looks pretty even.
Yeah. Because Urshifu goes to town on everything not named Enamorous.
Yep.
Which even then, like that, I'm gonna say it. Hopefully, it happens. The Aegislash looks pretty good. Somehow, I don't understand how Aegislash has not come. Oh, it says it's come to a battle, but it never hit the field. I don't think, because it doesn't have a kill and it doesn't have a death.
I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, well, the stats say it's been to 1. I'm gonna have to double check that.
I don't know if I really see it coming this one though.
You don't think so?
Well, you've got Heatran, Bishop, what's his name? Great Task.
Yeah, but
Swampert.
it shuts. But unless Earth Power, it shuts down the Enamorous pretty well. You know, you got Shadow Sneak for the Dragapult.
Like you can bring Marini for that, and I think Marini is just a better option.
Maybe you're right. Rotom looks really good.
Is that how you pronounce it, Marini?
Marini, yeah. I don't see the Garganacl coming. That gets shut down pretty hard by a lot of things. Lando's good, just gotta watch the Defiant on Bisharp.
True, yep.
Clefable's good, just outside the steel types, but there's other checks to those. Oh, and Slowbro, yeah. Maybe
and Orthworm too.
I doubt Orthworm comes, but you know, maybe.
I don't know. I could see it could help shut down the Landorus. The Fable.
The Volcarona is Terra Water, which actually looks really good this week.
Have we seen the Swampert?
I think one game. It set up rain, and it did a little bit. Oh no, it's came 3 games. This says it's got 3 kills overall. I think it's just not as useful without like a Pelipper, or not saying it's it's bad, because we've seen it do set up its own rain, but that just takes a move slot up, and there's other things.
Slowbro would get Rain Dance, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of Pokemon like Rain Dance is a move on a lot of mons.
Yeah.
Like Electrode gets it. So, I can't see like one just huge advantage for either side, so I really don't know who would win this week.
I think Cavalry's got it.
I'm gonna go with Trey because of just how good the Urshifu matchup is.
I can see him having a hard time with the Enamorous, and like if you bring Aegislash, Cavalry's got so many checks for it.
Yeah, the Enamorous is a big issue. Especially another thing too is if it's contrary, like it's running a physical set, Lando gives it a +1 upon switching.
Has it got good attack?
Yeah, it's got like base 115 and it gets superpower, so it boosts its attack with contrary on its own. Yeah, it can get pretty scary.
And defense, that'd be nice for him.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, the more like I talk about it, the matchup for Cavalry like looks pretty good.
Yeah, I do think Cavalry's got a better matchup.
All right, we're trying to get these out pretty quickly because Tom's got to go, so sorry about that. But we have Bumblez versus Ban here. Ban is new to the league. They're trying to do some makeup battles. Currently only 0-3 though, because they still are trying to make up their week 4 and week 5 battle. But I mean, being 0-3 and in last place means nothing when you still have 3 battles to do. You could win all 3 and change that around. So Bumblez is in 6th, 2 and 3. So they also, like, this battle matters for both of them if they want to do playoffs. Like I said, we haven't seen Ban play at all, so I don't know much about his play style. But just looking at the teams, Chempao is a menace.
Crazy, yeah.
This week, like, there is not a single, like, good check besides maybe like a Jet Punch Palafin, and that's
Isn't
just
the Avalog's Terrafairy, right?
I think so, yeah.
The Avalog could be like the only answer for it.
Yeah, but like, if it's Avalog, man.
I like the Avalog. I like the Hisuian Guja and the Hisuian Avalog together. I've got Guja myself and I love it.
The thing with Avalog is like normal Avalog was a pure ice type and it's crappy defensive typing, right? And they decided, oh, let's make it worse and give it rock. Ice and Rocket is the only worst typing than Ice and Rock, in my opinion, is Ice and Bug.
Yeah.
You know, you traded in a 2 times fighting and steel weakness for a 4 times steel and fighting weakness. And that's my thing with it. So the Annihilate also doesn't look like too bad. You know, takes a hit here or there, especially with Terra Water.
Yeah, with the Zorok there, you gotta be careful.
Yeah, definitely gotta watch because it takes the dual stabs. But if that gets taken off the field right away, then it goes in.
I think it could really come down to how he plays as Zorok.
Yeah. And I mean, a lot of it just also depends on just how Ban plays as a player. We haven't seen it, so you know I can't make a valued guess on how things are gonna go.
Valiant gets Brick Break, right?
It might. I mean, close combat for sure. Oh, you're talking about for Clef Key.
For Clef for the screens, yeah.
Let me look. I actually don't know that, and I drafted this. It does get Brick Break, yeah.
Oh shit.
The Lycanroc Dusk doesn't look horrible.
No. I don't think the Vaporeon looks too bad either.
Not at all, because it walls the Palafin pretty well. I mean, close combat, but I doubt that would even 2-hit KO.
You're not bringing Sceptile with Champion, Arcanine, Jagaji, and Killer Trail. Like,
yeah, absolutely not.
So, I think the Vaporeon looks pretty good.
Like, the thing too is like Tornadus is iffy. Like, I don't see a full set of 6 that just does good for Bumblez here.
Yeah, I think Barn, depending how he plays, I think it's in his favor.
I agree. The one iffy thing is the Zoroark.
Yep.
All right, for the last matchup, we have staarii versus TNBxFury. Staarii's 3-2. TNB, who hasn't had their week 4 match yet, and they're having that tomorrow, is 2-2. So still semi-important for TNB to win, but Staarii's been doing pretty well this season as well. The Baxcalibur is the kill leader for the division, so that's something he's got to watch out for. Speed tiers on both sides are kind of crazy. They have the big
last part of Zero Aura's got dance.
Yeah, like they have like a really fast one. Oh, this is actually wrong. Hold up, let me pause. Be right back. All right, we're back. I forgot that he dropped the Heliolisk and picked up Galvantula, which I think it was just 1 speed tier or 1 speed point slower. But this gives him webs, which in this matchup doesn't look too like. I don't want to say guaranteed because like you got Mega, you got Mega Diancie sitting right there, and then even then like just Gliscor and Moltres are pretty good defoggers. Does
Diancie start with Magic Bounce? Does it have to Mega to get?
It has to Mega, but if you lead with it, then you know.
Yeah, but that kind of means you almost have to lead with it.
Yeah, and Galvantula is like weak to it as well with Diamond Storm. Yeah. So I don't think
Fury can play around that if he brings Galvantula, that sort of pressures Diancie to lead.
Yeah, I just don't think, like, overall, Galvantula doesn't look too good. Like, Zero Aura is there, Gliscor.
Yeah.
I don't think it gets a move for... I don't know if Sneasler gets Ice Move for the Gliscor. I don't think it gets Ice Punch, but I don't know. Okay, he had to go midway through this, unfortunately. The Sneasler does not get an ice move to hit the Gliscor, so I don't really see how the Sneasler can break that. Especially with it, having Poison Heal and everything, the Gliscor is a really big threat overall for TNB's team, especially if it's running FizzDev. Like the Slowbro, maybe like an Ice Spinner on Donphan seems to be one of the better ways to hit it. The team also is just gonna, for TNB, is gonna struggle with hazards because the Diancie sets up Stealth Rocks really easily, Gliscor sets up Stealth Rocks really easily, and then Hisuian Samurott is right there with Ceaseless Edge, and we know how that move works. A spike every time you click it. So I'm gonna have to give this one to staarii. This looks really, really rough for TNB. He's got to prep for the Shedinja as always, because staarii said the Shedinja is gonna come once, and I don't think it has yet. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to staarii. All right, I want to thank you guys for watching. Sorry to the Victini group that was rushed. Tom said he wasn't aware that he had to go. So yeah, as soon as he found out he was leaving, we tried to get through it. Let me know in the comments if you want to help me host next week. But thank you for watching, and good luck to your battles. Goodbye.